Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from our space. Found the proof today that I needed 2 years ago. I posted about my wife's emotional affair nearly 2 years ago. I deleted the post, unfortunately, and left the group since it was necessary for me to get past it all. I never had proof, only the knowledge that texts were deleted and that my wife consoled in someone else. She admitted to getting too close, but that nothing ever happened. I worked to myself and devoted more time to our relationship, since it was a real wake-up call for me that I was neglecting my wife unintentionally. Life was great after, and our sex life has been really good, especially this year. I started going back to the gym, lifted heavy, and lost about 25 pounds of fat over the course of 8 to 12 months, and I'm back to the shape I was in the army. I felt really good about myself and our relationship. Fast forward to yesterday. My wife works nights, and when she got home I was up and ready to go work out. She took her contact out and couldn't find her glasses before heading to bed. Like a couple hours later, she was passed out and I was able to leave for work, so I thought I'd look for her glasses so she'd have them when she woke up to pick up the kids. I couldn't find them in the house, so I went out to her squad car, since I thought maybe she left them in there. They weren't, but when I looked through her bag, I found a vibrator, a thong, and Benoit balls. Obviously, this made me concerned, considering those aren't something I'd ever expect her to bring to work. We'd already been through a lot before, as I mentioned, so woke her up and asked her about it, since we agreed to bring up any issues we had with each other, rather than expect the worst. She explained that she used the vibrator, it's marked as a massaging wand, to massage her back under her bulletproof vest and to massage her ACL scar. But the balls, she explained that she had been using them to tighten her Kegel muscles, to make it tighter for me, since she was self-conscious about it after giving birth the second time. The thong was supposedly just an extra pair, in case she needed to clean up. She was calm about it and didn't seem flustered, so I took her word for word. It all seemed reasonable enough, but it did raise a bit of that old doubt in the back of my mind. So, this morning while she was asleep, I noticed she left her Apple Watch in the living room. I decided to check out the messages, just in case. I noticed she had been talking to a girl I'd never heard her mention, so I decided to scroll through, since she's never really had many female friends. Or friends in general, really. They were talking about that girl's issues she was having with her husband, and how he was flirting with other girls. My wife was giving her tips on how to flirt with him and to sex with him while he was at work, like she did with me. All fine until my wife said something about enjoying her light and dark side. She told her how she used a vibrator on this guy's balls, she called Kepner, not his real name, while she deep-throated him, and how she heard him whisper, "I love you." She proceeded to tell her friend that she was going to pull the plug if he was going to keep that up. She also talked about how she enjoyed being a pet. I'm shaking at this point and can't continue reading. I wake her up and tell that I'm done with her. I show her the watch and that I can't believe the crap I just read. She's confused because, as it turns out, she had deleted everything from her phone that night, but apparently it didn't sync with her watch, so everything was still on the watch. Lucky me. There's a lot to digest here and a lot of context that is missing because it would basically be a book if I took the time to include it all. Basically, once I caught her with undeniable proof, she had no choice but to tell the truth, since I said I was leaving no matter what, and that she at least owed me the real truth. Turns out the suspicions I had from almost 2 years ago were true. She slept with the guy a few times over the course of 4 months. By the time I brought it up, they had supposedly quit already. The second incident that I discovered was with the new guy that supposedly started about 3 weeks ago, after I got pissed when she mentioned the first guy's name and how I didn't care to hear about him ever again. This led to a discussion to where I told her I didn't care about her feelings of neediness as much as I used to after she subjected me to an emotional affair. Evidently, this pushed her to seek out someone else to satisfy those needs. I guess I should mention that she has been into BDSM and that she has wanted to be submissive. In simple terms, she wants to be owned and claimed. This has been something I've struggled with because it goes against how I was raised. And considering she is the woman that took my virginity, I haven't had many relationship experiences outside of this one. It's not about physical control with her, though. She enjoys the mental aspect of giving up control. For those unfamiliar with this territory, you should understand that the majority of women drawn to this sort of behavior and had serious sexual trauma. My wife was molested at a very young age by her stepbrother, and she has had a couple experiences with attempted rapes, among some other serious family issues growing up. I'm not excusing her actions, but she has dealt with more than anyone should, and I think it has developed into a sex addiction. I know it's hard to believe, and I almost can't believe it myself, but I think I want to try working through it. I don't know if it's possible, but I can't bring myself to kick her to the curb, even though I know I have every right to do so. I love her, and I wouldn't even consider staying if I didn't. I always thought this would be the easiest decision to make, leaving after infidelity. For some reason, I feel like I should give it one shot. She's going to go to counseling to address her abusive past, and we're both going to attend marriage counseling. If someone is familiar with the struggles that she has been facing and maybe dealt with similar issues, I would greatly appreciate your input. Any advice or support is welcome. This may not work out for us, but I think it's worth the shot. We are both realistic about this possibility. Let's check in with the community. Fragrance Spray starts us off. This may not work out for you. You know 100% for sure that your wife is a serial cheater and will continue to cheat on you at the next opportunity. The marriage counselor will likely do their very best to spread blame for the affair on both of you. When I do, that's how you'll know you're wasting your time. The problem with a doormat is that once you lay it down in front of a door, you never bring it in the house. It never becomes a living room rug or cherished item. You will always see it as a thing you wipe your feet on. Its value is its utility, what it can do for you, and that's all. And those footprints never come off your back as long as you're laying in front of that same door. The next comment comes from DS1022. As someone in both the BDSM community and someone that has been cheated on, I have a couple of things to say. 1. If she seems remorseful and actually wants to reconcile, you need full access to everything and everyone. You both need marriage and individual counseling. She needs to cut out any and all affair partners and block any potential affair partners. She needs to cut out all friends that she has encouraged or that encourage her to cheat. 2. You need to decide for yourself what you want and boundaries you need. If she truly is a submissive, these boundaries will help her to not only show you that she wants to change, but also allows for some dominance on your part that she might enjoy. You also need to make sure to be very strict with them, as that will help you to make decisions during this hard time. 3. I recommend you both to start journal and keep meticulous notes. This helps a lot. Keep up with your hobbies, and if anything becomes more distant, make her feel like she has to work to rebuild. You aren't at fault, she is. While you care if you hand things to her, she will continue to take advantage. 4. On the more BDSM side, get her a bracelet or cute metal choker with your initials on a lock on it. You keep the key. It is a very simple and cute gift outside, but in the community, it tells others that she is collared, and therefore lets others know she is in a relationship. Oh, this won't stop all advances. It will at least make her feel owned, and might help without you feeling like you are mistreating her. Anything you can mark with your initials or name will seem like a brand, and should not only help fulfill this need, but remind her that she is yours and not to be shared. Also, if another guy sees she has your name on her clothes or neck or anything, it will make it harder for her to carry on with them. 5. Make sure she has to keep all toys at the house. Total transparency is important. If she needs an extra pair of underwear, give her some super comfy granny panties. That will deter any physical play with other guys too. Hope this helps, and that things work out. Most people here wouldn't wish this pain on anyone, so good luck to you. Moving on to the next story. My now cheating wife, 28, of 2 years, has done a complete 180 in the past few weeks. She went from someone who was loving, focused on starting a family, and completely trustworthy, to someone who has lied, deceived me, and blames me for her infidelity. It all started 3 weeks ago. I was riding high. I thought our relationship was going great. We were talking about getting another dog and our honeymoon plans since COVID wrecked the initial plans. Then Friday hit. I could sense something was up, and I even mentioned it to my mother on the phone. I don't know what's going on. I just have a bad feeling about my wife, I said. Then, that night, she texted me. I just need some space tonight. I know you won't like it, but please respect my decision. She then proceeded to turn off her phone, and she says she slept in her car in a vacant lot. When she came home, I was understanding but stern that this sort of thing could never happen again. But she had completely changed her mindset on life itself. No kids, career-focused, and wanted out of the relationship. The most telling thing she said was, I fear that we will cheat on each other in the future. What? Who says something like that? Completely out of the blue. Many things happened since then, including her leaving the state for 2 weeks because she needed space. While she was gone, I put a GPS tracker on our car that I own. Last night, I found that she has spent the night at her instructor's house after going to a movie theater. I also found a picture of the two of them. The worst part is, I was the one who encouraged her in this career, as she never would have met the guy if I didn't introduce them. I have yet to confront her, but I'm currently putting all the puzzle pieces together about the situation. She's basically blaming me for all these issues that we are subtly dealing with, saying she doesn't like the way I talk to her, I'm controlling, and I call their names. I have done deep soul searching these past 2 weeks to try and understand what I could have done to cause this, but her accusations are unfounded. I encouraged her to get mental health help, which, in her mind, equated to calling her names. I stressed the importance of communication when she shut off her phone, but she says that is controlling, even though I didn't stop her from spending 3+ weeks away from home. Finally, she has these recordings of me, without my knowledge, and thinks that they are proof that I mentally abuse her. I played these from a counselor and he disagreed that there was any sort of abuse in the recordings and was actually impressed with how calm and collected I was in the discussion. Anyways, none of these things are excuses for cheating, and the way she has been treating me. I guess I am at the investigation stage still, trying to let her make her own choices, and I'll gather the data. It's tough though, and the person I once loved more than anything is completely wrecked our entire life together in 3 short weeks. I'm at a loss for words how I feel right now. I've got a great support system and loving parents, but now I know how heartbreak feels, and I never want to feel this way again. Alright, let's get some reaction from the community. Tell me more lies, has a thorough thought. The number one rule to remember when dealing with an unfaithful spouse is that they lie. They lie a lot. They'll lie about telling the last lie, and then lie that they told that lie. Cheaters rewrite marriage/relationship issues to justify their actions and behaviors. It lessens the guilt they may have regarding what they are doing. From your post, you are seeing this crap firsthand. So, with this knowledge, you must realize that you cannot believe anything that comes out of her mouth. For words are pointless. Watch her actions. Actions do not lie. She is actively seeking out and spending time with a verbarter. Prepare yourself for separation and divorce. See a lawyer, get a knowledge of what a divorce looks like in your particular situation. You may even file for divorce and have her serve with papers. I would do this at her place of employment. Do not tell your wayward wife what you are doing. She will find out when she is served. The divorce process takes a long time. Separate your finances. Cancel any joint credit cards. Have your payroll deposited in an account only you have access to. Go see your doctor and get a full STD/STI panel done. Explain the situation to your doctor. Don't be embarrassed. The doctor has probably seen this hundreds if not thousands of times. You are not the first husband to be cheated on. Also, ask about sleep aids or appetite aids if needed. Anxiety meds might be a good idea as well. Ask for a referral to a good infidelity trauma therapist. Get to the gym. Start a good workout routine. It helps release anger and anxiety. As a side benefit, you look and feel better. Eat healthy. Stay away from fast foods, booze, and recreational drugs. You need to be at your best health-wise to make good decisions about your future. Contact the infidelity trauma therapist. Ensure they have this specialty. Not all therapists have this knowledge. Get the best possible care to help you deal with this huge crap sandwich your wayward wife has dumped in your lap. Expose her actions and behaviors to your family, her family, and any close friends that could possibly support you going forward. This may piss her off, but it isn't your job to keep her dirty little secrets. If she doesn't want anyone to know about her adultery, perhaps she should not engage in it. This will also make it impossible for her to paint you as the abuser in the relationship. It will make it hard for her to introduce her affair partner as just a friend who is helping me deal with divorce, etc. Good luck with your future.